it's funny because the further I get from this book, I have folks come to me, typically younger, and they're, you know, pulling radical triggers, and
Hmm.
if there's anything, I'm like, make sure you've heard from him, uh, because I used to define faith as, an act.
Hmm.
But that'd be like saying jumping out of an airplane is an act of faith, and I'm like, no, it's called
Which you
stupid.
talk about your skydiving
I
in
do,
there.
yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorite
It's
stories.
a
But
great story.
jumping out of an airplane
Hmm.
the faith is on what you have on your back.
Right.
If you have a rock on your back, then you're just an idiot. If it's about a parachute, and
Hmm.
you need to know it's got you, because
Hmm.
that's actually what faith is. It's in what you're actually navigating. If otherwise you jump out of an airplane, you're just going to break. And that's the Peter in me that's broken enough legs to go, hey, like, that's unnecessary. So, uh, the further down, but it's the long game.
Hmm.
What's been fun for me is, we have a phrase, love is the long game. And
Right.
so for me, this book is, it released in 2011, but this book is really 20 years old because I started writing it in 2004, 2005, and it's about the years before that. So for me, I'm looking at 20 years, and
Right.
I'm going, the long game of love. That's why I was emotional reading it the other day, because I saw the long game of love. Even in, there's a section in the book where I talk about 13-year-old unmarried favor.
Hmm.
Mary was favored by God,
Hmm.
and it looked like being pregnant out of wedlock at 13.
Right.
And our idea of favor,
Hmm.
I've been praying for favor for 20 years. Give me Jesus grew in wisdom and favor with God and with man. The God part I actually understand, because it'd be like if you handed me my baby and put her in my arms, my Maddie, and put her in my arms. I didn't look at her and say, you can have some of my favor now, and we'll see how this goes. You
Hmm.
have all my favor. You're just going to grow in a revelation of it. You're going to mature and discover everything I have is yours. As you grow and mature, you'll discover more and more of my favor. So he grew in favor with God. I get that part. The favor with man was the part where I feel like a whole lot of my life has been 13-year-old unmarried favor.
Hmm.
You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yes.
Like Jason, you're chasing something down. You're birthing something beautiful, but everybody else is scorning you for it.
Hmm.
It's the long game of love, to appreciate that Mary was favored, highly favored by God, and it looked
Yes.
like, uh, birthing, uh, the, the resurrected Christ, the
Right.
birthing Jesus in the middle, in what looked like, even, that it had been inappropriate, or that, she had to
Right.
live in the stigma
According
of,
to society, it wasn't correct or it
yeah,
wasn't right, and this is
yeah.
wrong, and you should be
Everybody's
shamed for
whispering
it.
behind there. Everybody's
Yeah.
calling her a heretic. You know what I mean? All
Hmm.
the things that she's getting. That's favor. That was
Yeah.
the favor of God.
And we want that.
And I'm praying for it. And so it's the
Right.
long game of love to appreciate what the favor of God looked like. It birthed the salvation of all creation.